Hello and welcome, this is Steve Bucks Coins and welcome back to the channel. Today is the 11th of November and being an ex-serviceman, it brings back memories of parades that we had to do to honour the fallen people for the First and Second World Wars. The 11th of the 11th, that's 11 AM, of course, was Armistice. To celebrate Armistice, I'm going to show you a few things from that First World War era. First one is sometimes called a death penny or a death plaque. Let me just come in a bit. This death penny or death plaque belonged to a one John Alfred Holt. There is no other information on here like when it was awarded. There is nothing on the back of this plaque, which is not unusual. On the front you have Una and the Lion, and you have a nameplate here. And this says John Alfred Holt. When I went and looked through some World War I sites, I found two John Alfred Holts who died during the First World War. There's nothing to distinguish which John Alfred Holt that this death plaque belongs to. As I said, I found two. There may have been more. The two I found, the first one was a private and his serial number was 48970 and he belonged to the 13th Battalion, the King's Liverpool Regiment. He was 37 years old on his death, which was the 11th of June 1917. He's mentioned on the Amos Memorial at Bay 3 in France. He's the son of Martin and Sandra Holt. At the time of his death, they lived at 93 Market Street, Bacup, Lancashire. Now, I bought this death plaque on eBay, and it came from down south, but that's no guarantee that the person who received it or where they were at 1917, whether they were up north, whether they always lived down south. So I'm not sure which of these two that this particular plaque belongs to, as I've said. The second John Alfred Holt had serial number 35075. He was 19 years old at his death and he died on the 16th of July 1918, just a few weeks short of the actual cease war and the armistice. He had the rank of private and he was part of the 9th Battalion East Surrey Regiment. He's buried at the Ballygunay Cemetery, the British area, which is V93 in France. He is the son of William and Catherine Holt of Hammersmith, London. Now, which of these two gentlemen this belongs to, or whether it's another John Alfred Holt that I've not been able to find out about, who knows. But it is a sad reminder that this, at least one John Alfred Holt, died in the First World War. Well, I know there's a fact that I found two, and there may be more. It's something I actually treasure now, and I will not sell or get rid of. I would like to find out which one it is, but I'm not sure of what my next step should be. So if anybody out there who's watching this has any ideas, could you please put them in the comments, or contact me via my email, which is also down in the comments area, which is in the description area of the video. So A sad reminder, but a necessary one, so we don't forget these people. To go alongside this death plaque, carrying on the World War One theory, World War One era, we have 1, 2, and 3. World War One medals. These medals are collectively known as Pip, Squeak and Wilfred. It was a cartoon strip that ran from 1919 to 1956, which was actually after the war, but these medals were given to everybody who participated in the World War, and so therefore they were numerous and people liked them, and they particularly liked this cartoon strip. Pip was a dog, Squeak was a penguin, and Wilfred was a... can't read my own writing there. A rabbit. A rather bawdy rabbit, I think he was. Right, if we take one of each of these in turn. The first one was the 1914-15 star. It has a red, white and blue ribbon, and the star was issued to both officers and men of the British Empire and Imperial forces who served between 1914 and 1915 in Central Europe. There were 2.4 million of these issued. Final medal has a winged angel. Sorry, that's a winged angel, that one there, the Victory Medal. It's the Allied Victory Medal, it's known as, and it was issued between 1914 and 1920, which is why you get the 1919 date there. There was 378,000, sorry, 5.7 million of these issued, and it has a rainbow, the rainbow ribbon. The third coin is this one. I got these two the wrong way round. That one there is a Victory Medal, one with the rainbow thingy. That's a Victory Medal, and that was issued, and there were 5.7 million of those issued. It has a rainbow ribbon, which is what we said. It was issued between 1914 and 1920. The people had to serve during that time in the British Armed Forces or the Allied Armed Forces. It's known as the Allied Victory Medal, and I do apologise for getting it wrong. Oh, the last one has a medal ribbon of blue, black, white, gold, white, black, blue. This is a British War Medal. It's a rounded coin. It's issued to officer men and British Imperial forces who went to the theatre of war between the 9th of the 8th 1914 and the 11th of the 11th 1918 inclusive. There were 6.4 million of these medals issued. On the reverse of this one we have a portrait of King George V. So if we just go back to the start for a second, sometimes with these medals on the, they sometimes have the name of the person who they were issued to stamped on them. There isn't one on that one. There isn't one on the war one, and there's nothing around. There's no edge inscription at all on this one. Let's have a look at the last one. This one says 17462 Private F, Whiteside, 20 HRS. So if we try and get can you see that edge inscription there? So this one was issued to that particular person, Whiteside, Private Whiteside. The other two medals have no inscriptions on them, so I don't know whether they are issued to the same person or not. So let me just come out a bit. So those are the three medals. As I say, commonly known as Pipsqueak and Wilfred, because they were a particularly well-known cartoon that people loved, and they were named after that. And then we have the very sad death plaque. These make up my collection of World War I ephemera from the dark side of the war, the medals, the death plaque. We need to continue remembering these people because they paid the ultimate price in some cases. Certainly in John Holt's case. So, what do you think of this collection? Would you want this sort of thing in your collections or memorabilia? Or in my case it's militaria. I do have somewhere also some postcards from the First World War, which I will dig out at some point to show you, but I wanted to show this so very much on this very special day for the armed forces. To all that served in war zones and served in the armed forces, I suppose we can say a thank you for what they've done. I wish everybody a happy Remembrance Day, and if you did lose relatives, that you spend a few moments remembering what happened to them. That ends this particular video. If you're having a hunt, I hope you have a successful one and you find the coins you're looking for. If you are buying coins, I hope you can find them for the price that you want to pay. I do 4 videos a week, so hopefully you'll find something that you want to watch. And until we meet up again on this channel, which I hope will be not too far into the distant future, from me, bye bye now. Ta-da.